Hey guys, this is a market update. Everyone's bearish right now, very low sentiment, saying that we've topped out for this cycle. I don't think so. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and start bidding these price levels for my short-term trades, and I'll show you why I think the cycle hasn't topped out in this video. So firstly, look, we hit an all-time high like 12 days ago, and as always, we come off of that all-time high with a drawdown. This price level right here, as you can see, we met resistance a lot and we broke through it. I want to start bidding these price levels. Hopefully we come through this and I get some of my bids actually hit. These are for my short-term trades. In the private Discord server today, I put all of my bids. You can see the exact prices if you want to do that. If you're in the crypto course, you can just go into the Discord server in the trade alerts channel. You can see all of my bids that I'm putting in here. Put my money where my mouth is. I think we go higher in this cycle. And if I'm not selling, then I should be bidding any drawdowns. So I'm going to be bidding those levels. If you trade Bitcoin and crypto as well, go over to Bybit via the link below in the description. When you click that link and sign up, any deposit you make, they'll give you a big deposit bonus to go ahead and trade with, all the way up to $30,000. I'm going to start bidding this price level, and if we drop further, I'm going to keep bidding it because I want to buy dips in a bull market. I don't think we've topped out. Why haven't we topped out? Nothing is suggesting a top out. The price is irrelevant. You have to look at all of the economic data, the cycle data, the credit cycle data, the macro cycle data. Look, the relative strength index always peaks out when we top out these huge levels right here, the two previous bull markets. We're nowhere near that right now. This is a very soft RSI. I think we're just ranging. It's more institutional, yes, I get that as well. So you're not going to have these massive moves, which is the whole point, right? People are getting shaken out of their stack by boredom because the institutions are here just raising the price a little bit, finding some sellers, dropping it back down. They know what they're doing and they know exactly how to shake people out through boredom or whatever else. And so they're not going to get me. I'm in this trade and I think they want us to go higher. Eventually, once all sellers are shaken out at each price level, they just move the price level up, and they've been doing it for a couple of years at this point, right? So they're not shaking me out. I'm definitely very bullish for the rest of this cycle. I think we go higher, and I put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to start bidding these prices and lower if we get there as well. Bitcoin price action at the end of August isn't going to tell us anything important about what's happening over the next 6 months, but this data, for me, looks very favorable. In white, we have a Chinese stock index between Shanghai and Shenzhen. In orange, we have Bitcoin. You can see they're very highly correlated. The Chinese are stimulating this cycle. They've been quite subdued, but now that US rates are coming down on the short end, maybe they can do a little bit more. In any case, the stock index is inflecting to the upside, and I don't think it's stopping here. In fact, the Chinese tend to, in Q4, do their packages of stimulus. And so you can see that right here, actually. Jamie says, big packages in Q4 24, steady stream of initiatives since, more likely as they tend to favor Q4. Q4 is coming, right? So if they tend to favor that for their operations, stocks go up, Bitcoin goes up. Investor sentiment in the US is negative, minus 14. Look where we were in 2020, all the way up here, 25, 30, almost 40. That's where you can have drawdowns. Negative sentiment here, that's where I want to bid because everyone's negative. I take the complete opposite side of that. Fed Business Outlook survey, it's not exactly hot, is it? Look in 2020 at the top of the bull market up here at 40. We are nowhere near that right now. Why would we top out here? Leading index, this is the leading economic index right here. It's negative. Look where we were in 2020. That's somewhere where you don't want to be bidding. That's somewhere where you're like, well, we're just way overdone here. We've got to come back. Here, where it's negative, yeah, we're not topping out here. This is the leading index diffusion index, 1 month diffusion. Again, inflecting to the upside is actually good, right? We want to inflect to the upside because that's the bull market, right? So you can see here the leading economic indicators. You know, it was down here, was hoping to inflect to the upside. I want this to go positive. The next 6 months, I want this to be positive. That's the whole point, because you want risk assets up, you want risk taking, right? So if we're starting to boost up and we're starting to actually bounce, that's actually good news. Then you have CapEx expectations. So again here, this is the Bloomberg index, but I'll show you the 6 month forecast as well. CapEx low, that's not the top of a bull market. Look at 2020, I'll put 51 here. We're low, right? So we can bounce much higher, which is good news for risk assets, good news for the market. The 6 month forecast is high. It's also good news because you want CapEx, you want business activity, you want spending, you want money to be flowing around. That's when people feel like they've got a bit of money, then they can invest in the markets, pushes prices higher. That is good news that we have CapEx expectations high over the next 6 months. That shows that we can inflect to some very positive economic data. Growth is what you want, right? Look at stablecoin supply, absolutely exploding. And with the new stablecoin act, this is going to explode even more. Lots of dollars pouring into crypto is extremely bullish. The more dollars you have there, the more money you have in crypto to buy the store of value assets as well. Look at high yield credit. Absolutely nowhere near a top. You think this is the top for the credit cycle, and then we're just going to come back into a bear market? Look at the top of the credit cycle and the top of the Bitcoin cycle. They go absolutely hand in hand. It's the same thing. We are trading the credit cycle here. That is not the top of the credit cycle for me. So keep my positions and bid. 2 for MVRV. Look, MVRV tops out 4, 5, 6. Then you can start to worry. At 2, you're just ranging. And that means that if you're ranging, right, then you trade, because what's the worst case scenario if you're just ranging? 30, 40% drawdown? I can handle that. I don't care. I'm going to keep bidding that and actually bring my average trade price down if I can, or just keep bidding at higher prices. But if you're in a 20, 30% drawdown and you're just ranging, worst case scenario is another 10 or 20%. Now, if you're up here at MVRV 5, 6, Bitcoin can, from a very, very high bull market top, fall 70%. You don't trade there. But right here, you do trade. You have to trade and you have to be in it. So that's why I'm bidding. That's why I'm adding to my positions. And like I said, the Trade Alerts channel in the Discord server has all the prices that I'm going to be bidding, and I'm going to be bidding actively if we fall any lower from here as well. This is actually pretty insane data as well here. This is a post by Dan Tapiero. So this is a Morgan Stanley survey. Do you hold crypto or not in 2025? I do not hold any cryptos, 82%, which is more than in 2024. What are these people doing? What are they doing? What do they own? Bitcoin, all-time high. Ethereum, all-time high. And you don't own any? You're sidelined. That's literally the definition of sidelined. Look at Bitcoin, 12%. All-time highs. Ethereum just hit an all-time high, 7% versus all these previous years. Literal definition of sideline trader. You have to take a position. And when the market has to take a position, why on earth will we let them take a position at lower prices? If you hold Bitcoin for any amount of time, you have made money. 1 day, 50-50 chance, right? That makes sense. 1 month, 60-40. 1 quarter, over 60-40. If you hold it for a year, 76% of the time, you're actually making returns. That's insane. So this is playing the percentages. This is real trading and investing. It's looking at to play the percentages, not the price, right? You're looking at what are the chances of a profitable trade. If the price is drawing down, right, then should I be buying? If the price is very high in relation to trend, should I be buying or selling? Right? This is proper at trading investing. So yeah, I'm going to start buying here. I'm going to start bidding these prices, because any weakness in a bull market where we're seeing all the macro indicators potentially inflect over the next 6 months, you have to bid and you have to be confident and buy these levels, which I'm going to be doing. If you trade a Bitcoin and crypto, buy Bit deposit bonus down below. Click that, make a deposit. You'll get a deposit bonus to trade with. I'm James, this is Money GG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.